Welcome to the second episode of Unsophisticated Gentlemen. Basically, we are gentlemen who don't know anything. I talked over Rahul Pal, my bad. I am Datta Prasad. Rahul Pal is the co-host, and we were supposed to invite DJ Ripsky was supposed to be here, but he's running a little late. Until he comes, we have a cheap copy of him that is Indian comic Kashyap Swaroop. Till he comes, we'll address him as DJ Ripsky. Welcome, DJ Ripsky, to Unsophisticated Gentlemen.
Hello, I might. How y'all doing? Might is all good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving your Australian accent, although you are situated in America.
Nice.
So,
Sorry, all for me
so
accents are
DJ,
the same.
so what's up? What's up? Today, do you know what topic we are going to talk about?
Today we're talking about how Chota Flake causes worse cancer than Marlboro Lights. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how long I can do this. I know we were supposed to do this until DJ Ribs arrived, but like
But it's
I can
okay.
barely
So,
barely
yeah,
hold a character.
what are your
Already,
comments on Canada? The PM resigned today or yesterday, I think.
Justin Trudeau, my cousin.
I think that was on his Trudeau list.
That was on his Trudeau list. I like it.
Yes. So Canada, ah, truck drivers. और
I don't.
कुछ नहीं
I
बोलने को
don't.
यार. All
I
right,
don't.
continue.
I don't actually smoke cigarettes. This is for my DJ Ripsky character.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
because all Americans smoke.
Yeah.
and all Americans have blonde hair. And what other stereotypes are we talking about? Uh,
uh, all, all
Hey,
Amer-
by the way, DJ Ripsky, can you speak to me in Hindi and say this famous dialogue from Lagan? Okay, you have to say this. Chum sala gulam log.
Dude, we should get him to say this once he's here.
हाँ उसको पूछ लो ये।
या सो दिल्ली में एक कार्टूनिस्ट है जो हाल ही में यूएस में जाके आया है. उस कार्टूनिस्ट का नाम है सुमित कुमार. उसने कश्मीर की कहानी वगैरह काफी मस्त मस्त चीजें लिखी हुई है. सो व्हेनेवर ही फाइंड्स अ गोरा आदमी ही सेज कि यू हैव टू से दिस डायलॉग, इट मींस समथिंग होली एंड स्पेशल टू अस. और जब वो गोरा आदमी बाइज इनटू इट ही सेज यू हैव टू से तुम साला गुलाम लोग हमारा जूती के नीचे रहेगा.
तो वो कहाँ कहाँ पे जा रहा है? बस गोरे
But
लोगों से बुलवा रहा है या फिर अफ्रीकन लोगों से भी ये बात बुलवा रहा है वो?
अफ्रीकन लोगों से मतलब it doesn't go with the लगान जोक ड्यूड. अफ्रीकन लोग बोलेंगे,
बट वो तो हिंदी
अफ्रीकन
बोलते
वाले
तो
लोगों
अच्छा
को
नहीं
बोलने
लगता।
लगेंगे तो वो लोग खुद ही बोलेंगे हम साला गुलाम लोग तुम्हारी गुरकी. एनीवेज, तो
और बाय द
या
वे तो
सो
कश्यप का आई थिंक एक्ट ओवर हो चुका है. लाइक वी कैन इंट्रोड्यूस कश्यप नाउ. कश्यप इज ना रिसेंटली वायरल कॉमिक ऑन रेडिट. So most of my audience is on
यस
Reddit.
यस.
Okay, DJ is here. बुलाएं DJ को. Let's.
या प्लीज वेलकम डीजे.
Hello,
Yes.
everybody.
Hey
How are you
DJ,
guys?
what's up?
वेलकम मैन.
Good to see you guys. I like your
मैं
vibes. Good.
I don't know why am I speaking in Jamaican accent. That just came out. Ignore that. Yeah, please
That's
continue.
very sensitive. Let's do that again.
So yeah,
Yes, sir.
Rahul, please introduce us to DJ and
What are,
introduce DJ to
what time
us.
is it? Like, is it night or day? I don't know. Like,
Oh, it's like the middle of the day. It's like noon.
okay, cool. I thought maybe in a. Oh, sorry. I thought maybe it was night or you were at some gig because that's all things like right background of a comedy club, right?
Yeah, no, it does with the brick wall.
Okay, cool. So yes,
All
so
right.
let me introduce you to my friends. Datta is here. He's comic from Hyderabad, and
Nice to meet you.
now we have Joking Cash Kashyap Swaroop. So he's the
Hey.
only comic among us who has performed outside India till
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah, he has been to
Yes.
Melbourne Comedy Festival, right?
Yeah, I did Nepal,
I-
Bangladesh.
So we have two international comics here.
Oh, yeah, baby.
yeah,
I
just
would
not
like to
DJ.
think that I'm an Indian comic. I've performed in India 2 times now. So
Yes.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
call
yeah.
yourself. Okay, this is enough.
Multinationals. So, uh,
Yeah.
so how
And
was how
DJ has
wa-
performed in
how
Delhi and Mumbai, right?
I
These two
haven't been to
places.
Mumbai yet, but I performed. I did 2 shows in Delhi.
He performed in
uh,
2 shows in Delhi. He was at my venue, Depot
Mhm.
48 in GK. So that's how I met him. And he has
oh,
been doing
nice, nice,
comedy
nice,
for
nice.
like how many years now, DJ?
Like 5 years, almost a little over 5 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
for almost
nice.
5 years
Uh,
now. Yeah, and he came
and
here for a wedding. Now I think your wife is Indian.
Yeah, my fiance is.
what the hell? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, DJ. When you came to India, how was the diarrhea?
I loved it. I loved India. It does feel like YouTube with ads though. You know, because I'll be in like a tuk-tuk and I'm like, hey, take me to the hospital. And then the guy's like, all right, well, we got to stop at my friend's carpet shop first. Like, let me show you some jewelry. And I'm like, this isn't what I'm paying for. Like, no, it comes with the plan. You got to, I like that.
So,
By the way, I'm just curious. DJ looks slightly Indian, slightly. I mean,
Yeah.
just so did the beggars identify you as not from here?
No, they didn't know. I had someone ask me if I was from Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, I really didn't get like,
mhm.
everyone told me in my fiance's family, they're like, oh, as a Westerner, you're going to get all this attention. None. They did not care.
You did not get VIP treatment from beggars. I'm sorry for that.
Oh, no, they're all
So,
nice people. They're all nice.
Yeah. So basically, now did you go to like apart from Delhi, any other places that you visited in
We did like
India?
the
I think
Golden
Agra, right?
Triangle. Yeah, we did like the Taj Mahal. We did like
Uh-huh.
Pink Palace. We did all that stuff. It was very cool. It's very nice. Also, you don't have to apologize for the beggars. What you guys need to apologize for is the Indian guys scamming our old people.
Oh, you're talking about.
You guys are screwing us up, dude. I mean, we're sending PSAs out. We're like, hey, if the U.S. government calls you, they didn't. Don't send them Target gift cards. I mean, you guys are killing us.
I mean, I was thinking that at some point you may mistake me for a scammer, and then I figured out a way to authenticate myself that I'm talking to you when you are young.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we are the authentic people here. So
No, look,
My friend
I
used
don't knock
to.
it. I respect the hustle. I think if you can get somebody to send you thousands and thousands of dollars online via gift card, I mean that's a hustle, and I hope it doesn't happen to me, but I do respect it.
Yeah.
But truly, I mean
uh,
that's crazy. That's great.
Yeah, one of my
I,
friends used
I
to have
don't.
this kind of
Yeah.
call center in Chandigarh. Like he had this call center. He started like he was in college only, and he suddenly got so rich, and he just left the college because of it, because he earned so much money scamming the old people of. Like it was so easy for, like he used to like laugh at white people. He was like, "Nah, you just have to say a virus, and then they will panic. They will just panic, and they give all you their control of their computer, and then you can charge them any amount of money.
But
Like they
then,
even don't.
so then with your friend, is he walking around and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a scammer," or does he just say, "Oh, I
Yeah, yeah,
work"?
yeah. He was like that.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So
Yeah, because
the
a lot
amount
of
of money that is paid to scammers, I mean, they do work like a 9 to 5 job, and they have targets, and the amount they earn is well above average. I mean,
Oh
an
wow.
intern might so uh, I'm sure you let us forget the currency for a moment. Let's just go by units. So let us say an average intern in IT might earn some 30,000.
Hmm.
A scammer at the same level might earn 5 lakh per month. So it's about like more than 13 to 14 times of that money.
Wow.
So
Mhm.
uh, whatever conscience you had, I think that amount of money is enough to at least damage it, if not kill it. So
Yeah,
It's
we
just so
wanted
crazy
to
because
report him to the FBI or something, but we didn't know how to.
like as a country, like you guys do that, but then like as a country, what we do is we go in to places with
yeah.
oil and start wars. Dude, I'd much rather have someone call my
Um,
grandma and get a few thousand than someone invade and steal our oil. I mean,
Yeah,
dude.
it's been going on for so many years now, actually. Like it's not even
Yeah.
that new. This thing, right? So we were also talking about Canada before this. Like the Trudeau just resigned, right?
Yeah,
And one of my friends was saying me like, the Canada can become the 51st state of America now. Like the conservative leader, which is like which might win now. So is that like a thing? I don't know. I just came to know about it today.
I don't know. I think what Trump is doing is he's just saying it a bunch just to get a smaller group of Canadians to repeat it, right? Well, think about it, right? If he says it enough, eventually, you get like one Canadian that's like, yeah, we should be America. And then eventually it's like 2 and 3 and 4. And then it's just, then the US also has
Yeah.
the ice hockey team. And then we're speaking French. I don't know.
By the way, I noticed India is not that different. I mean, in the US, if there's a talk of getting Canada back into United States, in India, there's talk of getting Pakistan back into India, and currently both of them seem extremely impractical and crazy and hurtful to a lot of people. But that's where we are. I'm still, I'm still curious. It feels like a negotiation tactic, doesn't it? Uh,
Man,
Trump just comes up.
I don't know. It seems like it's just a weird thing. It's like when you have like a grandpa that says crazy shit, and then you got to defend it, because you're like, I don't know, dude. It's just he's old. He just says it.
He comes in right away. He wants Canada, Panama, and Greenland. I mean, sometimes you just have to stop being embarrassed and be in the awe of this
I know. It's just,
amazing demands. I mean,
it's so interesting.
I,
How do you guys feel about Trudeau? Did you guys like Trudeau?
Yeah, I like him like very
mm,
much actually,
Yeah.
because a lot
yeah,
of my friends got to go to Canada because of him, and they started pursuing their dreams because they they were in Canada and they could do so. Like if they were in India, I think they wouldn't have been doing that well.
Yeah.
So that was like really good for like my friends. Not like I don't know about Canada if Canada liked it or not. If
I
it,
would like to go back.
uh,
I would like to go back to a place where we don't know each other's leaders' names.
yeah.
That's how you know everybody's minding their own business, doing their own thing. That's when the
uh,
world is the best. When I don't know Modi, I don't know Trudeau, I don't know any of these guys.
Yeah, I was.
by the way, just one small disclaimer. The title is Unsophisticated Gentlemen. We don't know anything and have opinions on everything.
Oh yeah.
So, yes. So, uh, we don't know the leaders of each other. Pal, please continue.
हाँ, so I was also curious, like this is the first time that Americans have started hating Indians too, right? Till now it was the Asians or Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, but like because of this HN that uh,
H1B visa.
H1B
H-1B
visa,
visas,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I have come across so many demeaning or like racist memes in last 5 days. I was showing some of them too. It shows up
And
Ajit, na?
Wait,
Ajit one was showing, I think.
can I see some of the racist memes? The
Yeah,
H-1B.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Please. Pal, come on.
Okay, I'll show you some of it.
Uh,
Present. Just give me this.
so I'm hearing an echo. Who is playing it on their side?
I think it's Kashyap. Kashyap seems bored a bit, I think.
No. I'm just listening, dude. I'm just listening. DJ
Are you able
Ribs,
to speak
like
up?
DJ Ribs. I was wondering, like, is that like a stage name? I know Ribski is your second name, but like, do you prefer going by a stage name versus your actual name on stage?
No, I go by my real name. I go by DJ Rybski on stage. I don't know why, but I chose this as my Instagram handle a few years ago.
Mhm.
DJ Ribs. I don't know. When I played sports growing up, and people would always call me Ribs, so I just made it my Instagram name.
And why DJ?
Oh,
It's my first name and my last name. So my first name is, or my middle name is Joseph, and my first name is Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No way.
No. I mean, we look dumb, but not that dumb.
No, my name is Dinesh
What? Fuck off.
I'm trying to think of like an Indian name that starts with J. Jai Ho.
J is also a name actually.
Oh, what the hell, man?
It's Dinesh Jai Ho.
So, were you guys able to see the meme, or like, am I only seeing it?
Because
You have to zoom it a little.
Life of Indian thinks India is
Uh,
a rich country. Uh, fucks his own
what?
sister.
Zoom it a little more. Zoom it a little more.
I think I made this. This
Was
is
it based on
crazy.
your brother-in-law?
What is this from? Pinterest?
Twitter.
Who the fuck makes these?
Twitter.
This is crazy.
Twitter. Yeah, even I was surprised. So I came across a few tweets a few days ago about some news channel guy who was like shouting that Indians stink of curry. It was on Fox channel, I think. So I was just going through that thread, and slowly I found like came across so many memes like this.
Dude,
Fuck
I'm just
lizards.
checking.
so I've
Uh,
started uploading my content on Reddit recently, and I've been getting like this flood of love as well as hate. So I get a
Okay.
lot of racist messages in my DMs on Reddit. And one guy on one of my videos, he was like, "I'd like to roast you, but I can't because I'll get banned from Reddit." So I gave him consent and I said, "You can roast me." Then he roasted me in my DMs saying, "Ki, I can't say it publicly because I'll get called out for it." So he sent me a long ass roast, which is very racist, very stereotypical "you stink" kind of roast. But there were elements of humor in it, and I mean this. We're self-critical, of course, but I think there's a problem with too many unfunny Indian comics on Reddit right now, and we're building this reputation for that's kind of like making us a scapegoat for racist
but by the
white
way, you should
people.
admire the effort, man. I mean,
Ah,
uh,
like,
somebody's going in, somebody is taking all that effort to give you a long racist roast, and it is not even going to be published anywhere. It's not going to be a reel. It's not going to be an Insta post. It's not going to be on Facebook. What are the
Yeah,
social media platforms where people can whore for attention? It is not going to be there. It's just for you. I mean,
yeah. It's
I would be.
it's just for one person. Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
Uh, and in a way, it's kind of sweet that he did it, because I told him also, I think it's funny, you should post it. And then he was like, "I'm glad you found it funny." Now he's following me. So
And now we are friends.
I now we're friends.
And
I
now I'm
like
on
how
the
Reddit
show.
connects the world.
I think it's now is the time to ask for nudes.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Plus,
I'd like
the
So
to. I'd
other
like to.
the other Indian American interaction that I remember a lot is that the show there was a show on in US now which used to catch predators, and there were lots of Indian guys were being caught in that. Yeah,
There's a lot of everything in
Well,
that show. I don't know what you want me to say to that.
well, what can I say? Indians are everywhere.
yeah, Indians are everywhere. We can't
Damn
be accountable for everyone.
it. By the way, I'm curious,
Hmm.
Ribs. All of the racist things you saw, and you are married to an Indian. Which of those racist roasts or racist taunts you found them exactly accurate or mildly creative, impressively creative even?
Um, I don't know about like anything racist, but I think like the overall hustle of India. Like if I
Yeah.
wasn't from Chicago, like if I wasn't from a city already, it would have really overwhelmed me, and it did overwhelm me. But to the point where I was like, like if you can make it in India, you could really make it anywhere. Because
What
there's
are you
so many
saying?
people. It seems like it's like anything, especially in comedy. Like there's so few spots, and then you're in Canada, or sorry, then you're in like India, and it's like there's so many fucking people, and there's so few spots. Like every comic I talk to, they're like, "Yeah, you can do 20 open mics a night," and you're like, "I mean, it almost seems like it's the size of New York, you know?"
Mm-hmm.
as far as the comedy scene, and that it's crazy. That's a lot of people, and every comic I met out there was like pretty good, and I've been doing it for a while, which
You
was
remember like this happened at that night as well. Like a lot of Indian comics came and did their jokes in English, but
Mhm.
all the punchlines were in Hindi.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like DJ was really interested till the punchline part. He was like, then the punchline would just come in Hindi, and he was like, "What did you just say? What was the punchline?" And like it happened too many times that night. Like that happens even today as well. I think,
yeah.
right? A lot of comics do that.
Ah, I wish we can do I mean, someday if Ribs returns to India, we will do the opposite. What we'll do is we'll give him
Mm-hmm.
the setups in Hindi and then he can do the
Do the
punchlines in
punchline
English.
in English.
Punchline, yeah.
That would be fun.
I would like that.
Yeah.
It would be so lovely, man. I'm already looking forward to it. So
So
let's
let's
start with the topic, shall we?
Yeah, let's do
Huh.
it.
So, one topic I wanted to cover was like how has the stand-up changed after Trump government? Like a lot of comics that I have heard on the podcast in US, they all talk about the cancel culture and how they are afraid of that, right? Like in most of the podcasts, like
Mhm.
even Andrew Schulz got cancelled. Like everyone is getting cancelled, and they were, like they complain a lot about it. That cancel culture is hurting comedy. Like Dave Chappelle also, na, if you remember in his specials. So like that has changed after Trump because they are for free speech, Elon Musk and Trump.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody I know that has been canceled in comedy was a sex offender. Everybody I know in comedy that has been canceled has been like a sexual predator. It's not because they've had a hot take on stage. I will tell you that.
Right.
And I live in
But,
Chicago. It's a
uh-huh.
fairly liberal city, and there's been
Mhm.
no issues with it here.
Mm.
Obviously, you can say something and someone might get upset, but that's part of doing comedy. I really don't think it's an issue. I think it's something that they said to millions of
Mhm.
people, and they make a lot of money, and they're all, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even if let's say if one says Dave Chappelle is cancelled, he has about three or four special worth what $20 million each. So I don't think so. He's living his life in exile or something like that.
No, yeah,
So he's-
nobody really gets canceled, I guess. Maybe before podcasting and the algorithms were big, and
Right.
it's like it. I don't know. I didn't start time comedy until then, but now it just seems. It just seems like now it's like there's a platform for everything.
Right.
Mm.
so I don't think so.
So
One
we
can
were
get
like
cancelled.
Datta was trying to Google you, nah, but he couldn't find much of your videos, right? So do you have
Mhm.
your own channel on nah, like YouTube or
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't put too much out on YouTube. Um, I I try to post online as much as I can, but I'd rather post quality things rather than a surplus,
Mhm.
Quantitative.
which probably isn't
Uh,
smart. You should be posting every day, but I just don't like doing that. So I need to post more, but I don't know. I've been doing all right.
uh, he does well. He does well. I mean, the reels on Insta were quite good and quite impressive. I'm now curious. I want to peek beneath behind the magic trick here.
There's a
Especially,
question for
have you
D.
seen his
Okay,
have you
so the
seen his reels? अच्छा, Pal, you continue.
okay, sorry, हाँ, वो lag हो रहा है, I think internet पे. So there's a question for you, DJ, from one of our like subscribers. So do you feel safe in India at night without being asked by random strangers to take photos with them before you have white skin?
What? What
What?
the heck?
Yeah. What?
Uh,
Rudraksh, please
uh,
like type it again, I think.
Because you have white skin, I think.
हाँ, because you have white skin. अच्छा,
Yeah,
हाँ,
I mean,
before.
I didn't have any issues in India, New Delhi. My fiance was sleeping. I went to a Sikh temple, traveled by myself there, walked around the neighborhood for a little bit at night. People definitely waved to me and looked to me, but I didn't feel unsafe.
there is a very good reason DJ wouldn't feel unsafe because he's an accomplished martial artist, or at least that's how it seemed when you were kicking the punching bags there.
I'm okay. I'm learning. I'm getting better, but it's I don't know. I live in
Dude,
Chicago, so I think the thing that
Uh,
it's like, but this is the one thing I worried about in India. It's the same thing I worry about in Europe. I lived in Europe for
yeah.
2 summers. It's just getting pickpocketed, and that's more of a
Hmm.
personal thing. I just don't like getting ripped off. I don't like that. But yeah, when I was in India, I didn't
Uh,
feel threatened at all. To be fair, though, I was in the nicest parts of New Delhi.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
wasn't walking around slums or anything. So
Yes, so are we. I mean, but pickpocketing, I think so. It's after a point, it is inevitable, and
yeah,
also these people are extremely skilled. And at some point,
yeah,
I just admire them.
I love watching pickpocket videos online. Like you'll see like the scammers in Paris and stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
interesting because as much as it is a scam, it is like a trade. Like these people are so good at it. And it almost
yes,
like makes you sad because you're like, man, like this person clearly has some ability and they could have done anything else and probably been okay.
yes.
They're capable of something.
Yes, especially the way they manipulate attention and everything, and they can find people who are completely in their own world and wouldn't realize if somebody's putting hands in their pockets.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. It's I don't know how it's a magic trick on
Mhm.
street.
But you know what? Like
So
I have a few friends where I'm like, dude, they need to get like pickpocketed or something. Like they need a wake up call because they're idiots. You go out to eat with them, they leave their phone and their wallet and shit on the table, and I'm like, we're in a city, dude. You deserve to get robbed at this point. You're just being stupid.
oh yes, I saw these videos, and I don't live in US. These videos are about survival tips in the hood, and one of the tips of survival in the hood is even if you're listening to the music, just keep one earphone open so that you're slightly aware of the surroundings. If you're always wearing two earphones, uh, you're a mark. So
Yeah, I
that's.
think that's good advice anywhere. In Chicago, they'll even say, if you're pulled up at a light, leave some room in between cars in case something happens. You could just get out. But that's anyway.
Oh,
I think that's like just growing up in a city. I think you just figure those things out.
right.
Oh,
I think,
it's not as obvious. I mean, at least in India, it's not that obvious.
Yeah,
yeah, but you will get pickpocketed at a few station metros in Delhi. Like if you go to Rajiv Chowk, that station, like if you're not careful, you will get pickpocketed for sure. Or Kashmiri Gate, like nah, those are the two places I know, like for sure. Like one of my friends got her iPhone got stolen from Kashmiri Gate. So yeah, that is the place. So next topic or like Kashyap, like everyone is so happy to see you smile all the time. It's
I'm just enjoying listening to this, man. I have like I feel like there's so much to explore from like the lens of um like our international perspectives on comedy, and whenever that
Mhm.
opportunity for me to butt in or kind of interject comes in, I will. Right now I'm just listening to you guys talk. Sorry, I'm an audience more
By
than
the
a.
way, the moment Kashyap says lens, just know that he's doing a humble brag that he's a filmmaker. So yeah,
Oh,
continue,
nice.
please.
Yeah, very cool. I'm not doing segment. I'm deciding to do this.
Yeah,
So
sorry, that
So,
lead, take
so
the
Ria,
lead,
are
yeah,
you
Rahul.
doing comedy full time or like do you have a job with it?
No, yeah, I still have a job, man. It's
What do you do?
I have like an analyst job. It's like a sales job, remote work.
Oh.
Um, yeah, no, thank you. It's very hard to just do comedy in America, man. It's
Hmm.
Yeah, because
everywhere,
every time
everywhere,
like
everywhere.
some Indian comic comes from America, they always talk about how US comics are getting paid everywhere. So I was a
yeah,
bit
but also,
curious,
I mean,
maybe.
I don't know how the healthcare system is in India, but like
Mm.
in the U.S., you have to pay an insane amount of money to have health insurance. Uh,
Okay.
Inflation
So,
is so high right
so
now. So like to be a full time comic would just be insane. Most people I know have like two jobs. It feels like, you know,
oh yes, yes. Uh,
So
I learned the concept of two jobs from US. So
man, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Rahul, I'll just butt in for talking
Mhm.
about the health system in India because he just mentioned it.
Ha, ha,
So,
ha.
health costs in India are extremely high for Indians. However, when the currency exchange happens, it feels extremely cheap for people outside. So, this is the first time I'm hearing the term medical tourism. People come to India just to get some sort of medical procedures done to them and go back, and that is cheaper than whatever medical procedures happen in US.
Yeah, I mean it's nuts, dude. Like you can break your arm in America and be like $200,000 in debt.
Oh,
I mean that's like
sucks.
yeah, it's insane.
Ah,
So like to be a comedian and have to pay for health insurance. I mean it's like that's the thing, right? Like you have a job. Like with my job, I have health insurance, so it's really hard for me to walk away from that. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
and do you produce
Yeah,
comedy as well?
it's
Like, are you like, do you have your own space that you curate,
Yeah, we
or
do. I run a bunch of shows in Chicago. I've been doing that for a few years now. So I always tell you, man, when you come to Chicago, I'll get you on some stuff.
yeah, I know, but I tell each and everyone, each of my comic
uh,
friends that, nah, I know DJ and he will get me spots in Chicago, but like, how will I get there? That is the
go to
main
Chicago.
question.
Uh, and also after that wonderful introduction of the healthcare system in Chicago, thanks for inviting. uh, I, I'm
Yes,
also
Kashyap.
curious. Sorry, yeah, Kashyap, please.
DJ, is pot legal in Chicago?
Yeah, it is. It is.
And do you partake?
Yeah, everybody does. You can just go
Let's
buy it in the
go.
store, you know.
Let's go. I'm booking
Although,
my
So
flights.
Kashyap is coming for sure.
but I'll tell you this: I was talking to one of my friends from New Delhi. She's here on. She went to school here now. She works here. Um, Actually, she was supposed to come to the show I did in New Delhi. She was showing us around when we were there. But she was telling me that there's like a place in India you can go in the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
yes.
What is this place?
Uh, uh, Kashyap, please.
So, yeah, Kashyap did a whole tour there.
I mean, yeah, like I mean, all of Himachal Pradesh is has the best kind of climate to
It's a
grow.
straight north of Delhi, actually. So it has many mountain
Yeah,
range, Himalayan.
south of Kashmir, north of Delhi, sandwiched between the two.
Yeah, but I think
It's
he's
like,
talking about Malana.
oh,
Guys, you are getting
Ah,
way too specific. Just saying.
but
I
there's
think
a
north of
place
Delhi is
in
enough.
yeah.
Kasol. But there's a
I mean,
place now, so like everyone
I'm
knows about.
Kashmiri, bro. I'm Kashmiri. I can say south of Kashmir. Otherwise, what
Ah.
is my existence? You know. So south of
Okay.
Kashmir, guys. South of Kashmir, north of Delhi is Himachal. Best soil,
Mhm.
So,
most number of rivers, and ideal climate to grow the most potent strains of land races.
But,
And
but
yeah,
is
the
it
best.
legal? Like, are you allowed to smoke it there?
Well, yeah, it's a cultural thing, right? So there's like a vegetable that you make out of the leaves of the plant as well. Like you can
And the
like cook it
seeds.
into a beautiful dish. Yeah, there's you can make pickles out of the seeds of the plant. So it's like part of the culture.
Wow,
And
that's really interesting.
smoking a joint or chillum is like everyday people do it. Kids do it. Old people do it.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Damn,
even
dude.
kids do
I
it.
yeah.
really want to go. I would really
Oh,
like
you
to go.
should. You should, and
Mhm.
there's a place in Himachal called Malana, where Malana cream or M cream comes from. I mean, look at me talking when we're talking about pot, but this is
Look at Kashyap incriminating himself.
I mean, well, yeah, I'm not, yeah. So, anyways, it's for research.
Yeah, it's for this.
So so there's a place called Malana where, and this is like common knowledge, you can even look this up.
Mhm.
Malana is like this ancient village, and it's kind of linked to the mythological Aryan race. And the people from
Yeah,
Malana
they are the
apparently,
11th lost tribe, na, of Israelis.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. So there's some
Yeah.
sort of Middle Eastern connect there, and they won't let you touch their homes or their
Oh
people.
yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some
Oh, wait.
crazy shit happening there for sure.
There's a
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
as well. If you by
Dude,
chance like you touch them, so they will they have a fine of it. Like you can't touch them, or you have to pay some kind of amount. I
So
don't know how
let
much
me
is
ask
it.
you
dude,
guys this, man. I mean, India is a homogenized country, right? It's like
no.
one.
No.
I know, obviously, it's not, but like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
obviously, like, there's like religious differences and there's caste differences and all that, and that's the point
Yeah.
I'm getting at. Where like in America, we could have like all black shows, or all Asian shows, or all queer shows, or all straight shows. do
Yeah.
you guys have like full shows of like, all right, these are just untouchables?
Yeah,
Actually,
we have
we
a
do.
show. We
That's
do,
a
we do.
that's
I know
actually
it's a
a
crazy
very good
question to
point.
ask, but like, so how does
We
it work
do.
there with
We
these like
do. We
different-
do. We do now. Like niches, like stand up in niche community is a big thing. So we have, I mean, it's just the beginning, but we have a collective called the Blue Comics Collective, and they so blue is a color kind of associated or attached to the cause of the not untouchables but the lower
Anti-caste
caste.
movement.
Yeah, for the
Anti-caste movement,
anti-caste,
huh?
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
anti-caste movement. So blue is the color that Ambedkar, uh, and I don't know what the exact origin of it is, but kind of used it as a motive for the anti-caste movement. And now there's a blue comedy collective. They perform like shows that are themed on these lines. We have LGBTQIA shows.
Yeah, yeah.
We have my favorite sub community stoner comedy shows. Uh, sorry, that
We
was
have all
yeah.
shows.
we have all, yeah. It's a good time, I guess, right now in
Yeah, man,
India.
comedy's it's interesting to see how big comedy's gotten in India, and it's like no
And they're
surprise.
selling a
you
lot
know?
as well, actually. The blue material. They are selling a lot
Uh,
as well. A lot of tickets, actually.
Really,
Blue material, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
that's so interesting.
and by the way, they are aware of both the meanings of the blue material. So they are aware what it means in the US,
Yeah.
and they have found a proper meaning of it in India as
Yeah,
well.
I like that. I
So
like
quite
that it's
smart they are.
double
So what does
entendre.
it mean in US, blue?
It means like to swear, to be like crass, like
Dirty.
Oh,
dirty.
okay. Got it.
Yeah.
What we call non-veg jokes. So that's that. I'm sorry if I am circling back on the topic again, but about healthcare. Sorry for this. So, how does one even learn or practice martial arts when healthcare is such a big problem there? And health, one would think that martial arts is makes you prone to injuries.
Well, I got health insurance, baby. That's why I'm working the job,
Yeah.
so I can do the things I want to do. But like, if I ever wanted to
Yeah,
quit,
that's why he has a
if I
fiance,
ever-
man.
yeah, but like if I ever decided to quit my job, or if like my fiance didn't, like once we get married, I can get on her insurance, sure, or she can get on mine. But if I was to just quit my job and not have it, I wouldn't be sparring. I'll tell you that. Like I wouldn't be doing it to the extent that I am.
Oh my goodness.
You know?
Yeah, oh my goodness. It feels like some sort of servitude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's crazy. Like I was in Paris and I was talking to the comics there, and they're like one of the guys was like, "Yeah, man, I'm full time, and you didn't have to worry about the other stuff." You know, he's like, "Yeah, I don't really have to like worry about paying medical bills. I don't have to worry about an accident. Like it's kind of nice to go into comedy not with that extra worry." You know?
Right.
Yes. Would you okay, since you have a job now, you can afford to go to the rooms that are a little rough and not worry much about your health.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if health insurance was an issue, you would probably go and perform only in safe rooms, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Do you know what I want to do? And this is serious. Next time I come to India, I want to play kabaddi.
Oh,
Man,
damn.
you can try. Yeah.
That game, I mean, that
So,
looks like an
But
insane sport.
by the way, if you played kabaddi, none of us would be able to compete. Almost all of us are out of shape here. So,
yeah, only I
Yeah.
think Kashyap goes to
uh,
gym. Kashyap,
I do,
sorry.
I do,
Kashyap,
I do, I do. I
हाँ,
work out. I work out. 50
You
push-ups a
can play
day.
kabaddi with DJ.
Yo, DJ, you play kabaddi? What the fuck?
He wants to
I
play.
want
Next
to.
time he's
he wants to.
Cool. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Crazy, man.
we can have a match, actually, an exhibition match with DJ
I'm in.
Team D.
Karo,
Huh. Kashyap, you were saying something.
karo, karo.
Yeah, no, I was just curious, DJ, how much of your your physical fitness and your routine, how does it affect your stand up? Do you feel there's any correlation between the two, or do you think they're not really related?
I think it helps me get away from comedy, and I think that's good. It's
Yeah.
good that I have something else to focus on, and I think it's, I don't know, when you feel good, I think you have a clear head a little more, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty important for me, is to not be worried about my health so I could focus on comedy.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Ah,
So
I
next
never saw
we
it.
want.
I
Mhm.
Sorry, I never saw it that
Go
way.
ahead, go ahead.
I always saw it like a part of like a sequential flow. Like if you work out in the day, your mind kind of like gets active, and then you can write better jokes. At least for me, that's been my experience. But
Yeah,
this is a
that's true
nice
too.
way to look at it. Also, like you need an escape from your daily joke writing routine, and
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you think about
Mhm.
anything too much, it's going to be detrimental to the cause, right? Like if you're in a
Mm,
relationship and you think about your partner 24/7, that's fucking crazy.
yeah,
If you think about your job 24/7, you're going to go fucking crazy. You can't
yeah,
like think
Yeah.
about things that long. You got to let shit
yeah.
go eventually, you know?
Mm.
So do you overthink your
ah,
performance sometimes, like when you tank? Like how do you analyze your sets? Do you have like you record every show, na, right?
Yeah, I record every set.
Yeah,
Like on
and like
video.
most,
Um,
like every.
Sometimes if it's a good show, I'll bring my camera and my mics and all that.
Okay.
But for
पता
the
नहीं
most
मेरे को
part,
तो I.
most of it, I just record the audio. I can actually show you guys. And I've deleted thousands of these, but I mean, I don't know if you could. I'm sure you guys all do the same.
Yeah, same.
yes, just
Yeah.
that. We are using our phones, otherwise we would have shown you my
Right.
same recordings as well. So,
And then, you know, I mean, I know
Pal,
you guys are all the same on this too, but like,
Mhm.
you know, you look at the notes, it never ends. My notes,
yeah.
you know,
Wait, hold on. Those are like your notes to yourself after the set.
either before or after jokes I'm writing, you know, I mean, it's still going.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This is so good. This is so good, and also universal. Sorry, uh,
Mm.
Pal, just a second. Can you Google something for me?
हाँ बोल बोल.
See?
Uh,
Yeah,
this is
I
a
can.
statement by this L&T CEO. Uh, he said
Oh.
he was advocating 90-hour work week, and when people asked him why 90-hour work week, he said, "What will you do for the rest of the time? How long will you stare at your wife?"
Yeah.
Wait,
So
you want me to play the clip or
no, no,
just
just the
Listen
headline, and
article.
we'll riff on it. How long can we stare at our wife, and how long can we do one work at a time without roasting our brains?
Man, DJ Ribs, you're married to an Indian lady, right?
I have a fiance, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay,
Fiance.
fiance.
Oh,
Sorry,
damn it. Okay, but
that
yeah.
was
Oh, it's okay.
preemptive of me to assume you're related to us now. But you're almost there. You're almost there. What are some things about Indian culture that you find fascinating? Like I'm sure you've seen quite a bit.
I like, obviously the food's great. I think the art is great. I mean, Sita and Gita, all-time classic.
What's
You
Sita
know,
and Geeta?
Whoa.
Sita Nikita?
no, but
Abhi
like,
movie hai
I
baba.
mean, the movies are great. I think the food's great. I think the culture is cool. Like I really like that. I like the family unit. I think that's pretty interesting.
Hmm.
Just going to India, it's just a different world. You know, like there are obviously some things that are similar to like the West. Like you guys do have like a train system, and you know, there's like things that, like is it? Well, I'm saying like in a city where I'm like, okay, there are some parts where it feels like a city, and then there's times where you're like, oh no, this is a metropolis. Like New Delhi
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been have had so much sensory overload.
Hmm.
Okay, so one of
Actually,
the
so
subscribers is asking, how did you find your comic voice, DJ?
Oh man, I still haven't found it. I don't think.
Okay. Before we go into how do you find it, what do you think your voice right now is? Like, how would you define your style of stand up or the kind of jokes that you like to write?
I just recorded I think a 10-minute special for OnlyFans,
Let's go.
and which
Fuck
was
yes.
very nice. Yeah, that's coming out I think the 27th of January. It's going to be on
Oh, close by.
OFTV, but I got a really nice letter from the guy that produced it because it was supposed to be 10 minutes, and he just emailed me after, be like, "Hey, you didn't go over the time. You don't have to cut anything." But he sent me a really nice thing, and he's just like very personal, lots of jokes, learned a lot about you, and that's like what I guess I want. I want to have my life and be able to describe it in not really explain, but like describe it in detail, and at least when I get off stage, you have an idea of who I am. you know,
Yes.
Mm.
and the things that I think about a lot. I think that's the other thing. I feel like I'm constantly just writing about the things that I'm constantly thinking about. Even if I don't know it, that's what happens, you know?
Mm.
Yes. It's so good. It's so good. It's good. And also Rahul, you're saying something?
Bol, bol.
So I like the biographical material the most because one, it is unplagiarizable.
Mhm.
Two, it is two, you can riff on it a lot because you have lived it. So yeah, even if the jokes are bad, you can sometimes improvise and get away with it.
Yeah,
So
and even like further on that, like I still don't know where I stand on so many things. Where like I can
Yeah.
explore the topics, but like I don't have this overarching political viewpoint that I'm trying to get out there. I don't really have any hot takes about like there's really not that many things I feel so strongly about where I need to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not like this thing. You obviously have to have a take and you have to have a perspective in joke writing. But I don't know. I'm not like trying to be like if you're not on board with this, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
that could be a
So
take on itself.
comedy voice, does it mean that like it's the voice in which you can present your material in the best possible way, or is it the voice in which anything you say they will laugh at it, the audience will laugh at it? Like, what is no, like, do you consider like what is comedy voice actually? Like, is the question for like all of no, like I am confused about it, so that's why I'm asking three of you.
Also,
Like,
I, I,
as a follow up to that question, is your comedic voice something that uh, your peers talk about actively? Like, is that something that people are trying to find about themselves? Because in Bombay, that's a thing. Like,
huh.
at least in India, that's a thing. Comics are like, oh, this guy has not found his voice yet, that guy has not found his voice yet, and so it kind of becomes like this fake hierarchy that has emerged. But is that a thing in the States?
I think most people that you see doing comedy at the level I'm doing comedy have not found their voice, and I think most of it doesn't get addressed. I think we all just know that we're all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think that finding your voice sometimes the way that I think about it is like, well, this is just the way that I do jokes, and these are the things that I want to joke about, and I'm telling it the way that I want to tell it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
It's a
yeah, I don't know.
moment in
I don't know.
it's a moment in time, right? Like I look at stand up like self expression. Like that's the main thing for me. If I feel a certain way today and if I don't say it out, then I'm losing the kind of opportunity to document it. And
Yeah, you know, it is evident when you see a comic who does have it. You know, like
Right.
there's a really great comic in Chicago named Kristen Toomey, and like if you watch her set, you're like, oh, like you could tell like she has a direct
mm,
voice. Same with like a
mm,
guy like Vince Carone who's in Chicago, or like a Jim Flanagan or a Pat McGann. Like these are all like really great comics who have kind of just been there for a long time and worked really hard, and they have a distinct voice. And I don't know what that
mm,
means, but you know it when you hear it. You know.
yeah.
yeah,
So,
it feels
do
like
you do
nobody
college shows
else.
as well? College or corporate shows in Chicago?
Sorry,
College shows or corporate
I
shows? Do you get that?
Corporate shows.
I do some corporate shows. Haven't really done that much college stuff. I think I've done in Oberlin College last year. Yeah, I think I've only done one college.
Uh, I want to pivot to something here.
Hmm.
So Ribs has been to India, and he says that it is an overwhelming experience. And the more I read about not just Chicago, the experience in US in general, I read pretty much the same things: crumbling infrastructure, potholes on the roads, even you call them homeless people there, we call them beggars here. uh, I've seen open air defecation. It seems pretty much the similar experience. Why what would make India uh, any different from Chicago or any place in US
It's more
actually?
dense. It's just the density of the population.
Uh,
Okay.
You know, like
Okay.
I forgot who it was, but one of the shows I did in India, one of the comics had a really great joke, and it wasn't even about Delhi; it was about Mumbai. But he
Mm,
said
Hmm.
he had his arms out and he did like a spin, and he's like, "If you could do this in Mumbai, it means you're rich."
Yeah.
If you could move your arms and not touch anybody in Mumbai, it means you're rich.
Yeah.
And even in New Delhi, like that joke really killed in the room. And I remember thinking,
Yeah,
I'm
even
like, man, but I'm like, that's a really good joke.
Yeah.
You know,
It is. It is. It is.
that
Uh,
just
wh-
that summed up my experience in India, where I was like, holy fuck, you know.
Yeah.
on the same lines, another comic. I think I don't want to name yet, but she had made a great observation that if you're in India and wearing hoodies in summer, you're rich because uh, hoodies are a cold. uh, what do you say? It's a clothing that is worn in cold times, and if
Yeah,
you're wearing it in summer, that means you have constant
Air
air
conditioning.
conditioning, and
yep, you
yeah.
got space. That's really funny. That's another great joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ये किसका जोक है?
Sumera Sheikh.
Okay, Sumera Sheikh. Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, great
So,
observations, but yeah, continue.
let's talk more about our comedy scenes, like how similar US and Indian scenes are.
Mhm.
So we have our own version of Kill Tony now in India. Have you heard about it or like seen it till now?
The Indian Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't. No,
but do you know about it? You are only getting to know about it right now.
I'm just learning about it right now. I know what Kill Tony is, but
Yeah, so
Wow.
we,
So I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do this. So yeah. So the the we have got Kill Tony, which has been doing Kill Tony for 2000 from 2013, and it is gaining recognition all over only recently. The Indian version copies it, adapts it is a better word because
Inspiration. Inspired. Inspired.
yes. However, it gives its own value. It has slightly added a talent finding aspect to it. It's not just open mic comedy. It's just like it has America's Got Talent kind of a vibe to it, and it has only been 12 episodes. So I'm assuming it is running for 12 weeks, and it has gained about on an average 25 million views per episode.
per episode.
And yes, and the amazing thing is the person who has started it has also started an app for it. It's called the show is called India's Got Latent. He has gotten an app by that name, and if everything goes well, it might be a very good competition to the OTT apps like Netflix and other whatever. Uh, uh, Netflix, Hulu, and जो भी उसका competition है, Hotstar. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And these are funny guys.
where do they
Huh.
film it at?
Huh?
So, we have like auditoriums and comedy venues only. I'll show you.
But is
Like
it is it in Delhi?
Delhi and
It's in
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
At Mumbai. Okay.
Delhi also like small
Right
episodes.
now Delhi and Mumbai, but like they've started creating this universe, kind of
Moving
like the
around.
Kill Tony universe. So they're gonna tour with the same
Tour with
talent
it.
that they've discovered already. So they'll discover the talent in Bombay, Delhi, possibly Bangalore, but they'll take the best of that and travel the rest of the country. So that becomes like another manifestation of the same
Uh,
thing, similar to what
Vertical.
Kill Tony does. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Man, it's ridiculous, dude. DJ
I would
RYBS,
love
it's
to. I
like
swear to God, when I go to Mumbai, I'd love to get on it.
you should hit up Samay.
You should
Samay,
actually.
Samay is
Yeah.
the brain behind it.
By the way, DJ, if you want to earn a lot of money, you have already taken some baby steps into it. Just saying. Indians get off on foreigners commenting on India. You must have seen some sort of sample here right now. We are asking so many questions about ourselves from you. So there's a whole sub industry of US influencers, YouTubers. What they do is just react to Indian stuff. Indians look at it, and since the population of India is so much, uh, even a fraction of them watch you, you are good to go.
Yeah, I think I have a decent number of followers from India. You know,
yeah, you have. I didn't mean
no,
to
no,
say
no,
no.
that's not a
I'm
lot.
just saying.
But I went when I went to New Delhi, I did post like as a joke. I'm like, hey, I'm in New Delhi. Anybody want to hang out? And I did have a couple people respond, which was kind of cool. I was like, oh shit,
Oh wow.
you know?
Yeah, dude, for sure. 10% of my followers come from the USA.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wicked, dude. I think like we're so much closer to each other now.
But yeah, I mean, everything's
Like
so connected, man. I mean, there's
yeah.
even then there was an Indian comic that I've been following for a little bit, and like, and then I looked and I'm like, oh, a bunch of like American comics are starting to follow the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one?
I don't remember his name, but he's the one who's like, if water can flow.
Tarang
Yeah,
Hartikar.
maybe that's it.
He's
Oh.
hilarious.
Oh yes. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, dude. So
He's
he's
one
a
of our
creative
best.
genius. Who has anybody heard of the condition called synesthesia?
Oh, he could like
Yes,
see
yes.
colors and stuff.
Yes. So apparently, when he delivers his set perfectly, it is of a certain color. So,
Oh.
yes. And so when I was watching him before he made it, uh, you should see his neck movements, and it is like it's a metronome. He's keeping time of everything, whatever he's saying there.
That's so
So it is awesome. It's just fascinating to watch him, and can't help but be fascinated by what he sees, how he perceives the world. Whenever I meet him, I'm curious. I ask him all sorts of questions. So when he says you are this color, what do you mean? Do you see my skin in this color, or do you perceive this color, or do you perceive skin color or whatnot? All sorts of questions. And yeah, I'm sort of moderate fan of his. Sorry.
no, he is great.
He's also autistic, and the
Huh,
reason he
just
realized the reason he found out the way he found out is because he realized he's not able to read social cues. So he figured out through his therapist that it means he's autistic, which is hilarious because if a stand-up comic doesn't understand a social cue, how does he know when a joke is funny? Like, like how can he really
Yeah, but
tell if people?
but comedy, it's so different than that because it's a one-sided conversation, you know? I mean,
Yes.
there's so many comics that
Uh,
I know that are great people that aren't autistic and they can't hold a conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
I think everybody's just different. I mean, I know comics with severe ADD and they can't hold a you know, everybody has something different and it's cool. I mean, I didn't know that about him, man, but he's a really great comic. And
Yeah.
it's interesting to see because he's the first Indian comic I've seen kind of cross over online with more of my American friends. Where like I follow a few Indian comics just from being there, and and yeah, that was pretty cool to see it kind of starting to blend in.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. There's a few more, by
Continue,
the way.
Kashyap.
Some few pure international gems in India that we'd like to show you to as we progress in this episode.
Mhm.
We can
Mhm.
maybe introduce him to Sumit Anand if he's not already watched Sumit
I
Anand
think
or
he has was. So कौन सा happy birthday?
matlab anything. So Sumit Anand is the so India is on the map globally when it comes to comedy this year because Uruj
Oh, हाँ.
Ashfaq won. She won Edinburgh Best Newcomer at the Fringe
Wow.
2023, which is a major achievement. But I think an even greater achievement in Indian stand up is that Sumit Anand's 1 minute stand up clip got shared by Bill Burr on Instagram.
Holy shit, dude.
A- and I
हाँ.
feel like that's like a really crazy, like,
What was the
no
joke?
award. I
Bro,
think we'll
there's
have
kind of shared Akash Mehta's video, na? Like ये भी that
what,
also happened. हाँ,
dude.
tweeted.
Okay, so I think we're there, man. DJ Ribs,
हाँ.
we're coming for
Kashyap.
your jobs.
I'm in, dude. I'm about it.
Kashyap, they are there. We are still here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll show फिर सुमित आनंद अभी.
yeah. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we can talk about latent. That would be interesting.
Right. So this is Sumit Anand, and
Oh
this.
my goodness.
So this is a like audio, just the audio story of Sumit Anand. He performed in Melbourne International Comedy Festival. This is also like really funny. और दूसरा था Happy Birthday ना, right? Kashyap.
Yeah, I think Happy Birthday का एक clip yes, yes,
हाँ.
yes. It's
यार
my birthday.
don't
ये
play
रही
more
रही
than 10 seconds.
नहीं ये
मतलब just sing.
I can't hear the audio.
yeah same.
Okay, so the sharing is gonna be
वापस
difficult.
हाँ
But
No.
we'll send you a link. You should check it
हाँ.
out.
Yes, it's really
And
What is
at this point, our audience is so low, we can send them also separately.
हाँ.
You
Okay,
know,
now we can watch it. Okay.
yeah, Ribs, what's cool about this guy, by the way, before we play, is he learned English to do stand up in English.
wow.
It was not his first language.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this guy is, and he does only English stand up. Can we play it?
हाँ. बस वापस मैंने stop कर दिया share actually. उसके बाद ना.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
ठीक
send
है.
to me on
Never mind,
Instagram.
never mind.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
send you
yeah.
some links.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, still not.
Yeah, it's
And has such an amazing cadence. If even if you just copy his cadence and say mundane things, they become funny.
Have you been using the word
And
roundabout?
he writes
Doing in
good
Haryana
jokes in
itself.
addition to that.
I wasn't
That's
there, man.
something else. But yeah, continue, Pal.
Okay.
No, did it there only. Let me tell you more. I was actually born in Haryana because my dad, did it there only. I wasn't there, man. I would have stopped it. By the time I got to know, too late. He was also born in Haryana because grandpa. We are not Upper caste Hindu. I come from a long line of family who don't know where to do it. Keep doing in Haryana itself. And don't you know, location is important. It took me 20 years to get out of Haryana. Yeah, emotionally. Otherwise, you could take a bus.
And
A
this was that.
competition he didn't even know about. He has a house which looks like a dick. He's insecure. Just to say the last two words every night.
Yeah, but you can watch it later on. I think यहीं पर था ना वाला bit उसका.
Yeah,
when he
it was
had an
it
argument
was
with his
a
wife.
Yeah,
it was
he's
a
a,
really
he's a really cool cadence.
yeah.
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 And he has changed it a lot.
So
Like you see him now, he's totally different. Like he has long hairs now. Looks like some member of some like band or something. Like he plays in a. He's like totally
or
changed
a
now.
homeless person who has just taken a bath. That's it. That's pretty much it.
We can show some clips of the Kiltony. There are two versions of Kiltony in
Yeah,
India
I would
right
love
now.
to see that.
Latent. Show best moments.
So this guy, man, Samay has done something legendary. Okay, this is actually why I wanted to be on this podcast. Is so I watch a lot of Kill Tony and I watch almost all of Samay's shows.
By
And
the way, Samay is the person who is running India's Got Latent, which is copy of Kill Tony. Continue, Kashyap.
I mean, it's not a copy; it's
Copy.
inspired. So here's the genius of it. DJ Ribs, do you watch Kill Tony? By the way, are you a regular watcher of Kill Tony?
I've seen some episodes. I watch a few of my friends around.
Okay, cool. So, like, if you watch it, then you know, like, the best moments in Kill Tony, like the most, uh, like high intensity moments in Kill Tony are not the ones where comedy is happening.
Mhm.
It's when, let's say, a comic has either bombed completely, and has not done a great interview, and Tony wants to salvage something out of the situation, and Tony will ask this comic if they have any uh, unknown talents, any new talents that he might not have demonstrated thus far. And the participant says, yeah, sure, I can drum, or I can rap, or I can uh, you know uh, do belly dancing, for example. And he'll
Anything.
get that guy to do that for like a good 30 seconds on the spotlight. And when he does that, I think it kind of like raises the roof, really like far off on the show. And I think Samay found this and said, okay, this doesn't really require just comedy. It can be any talent, becomes more massy.
Mhm.
And he's picked this and made the entire show around this. And of course, like the aspect of roasting the participant and getting roasted by them and so on, celebrity guests, all of that remains the same. But the show is not just about stand up, it's about every talent that one can possibly demonstrate, anyways. So, yeah, we can maybe play an episode or something, a clip.
Will you not go ask them out?
I will of course. बट अफसोस ये है कि मैंने जैसे ही सोचा कि मैं बता दूं वो इंसान कमिटेड हो गया उसी पॉइंट पे.
तो महीप जी को पूछा क्यों आपने? कोई अपनी एज का रुको यार.
Guys, too much Hindi.
लिखो 9-8.
Let's suppose आप और रोनाल्डो एक कमरे में बंद हो और चाबी खो जाए, तो will you make him Messi?
Wait, who's the guy in the middle there on the table?
Who's the,
Pardon?
I know those two guys. I did a show with those two guys. Go back a little bit.
which
To the table.
On the table.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
these
guy
two?
with- yeah, those two I know.
Yeah, they are Delhi comics, na? So this
Yeah,
episode
I
was
know
from
that.
Delhi actually. So this is Samay. He is the like Kill Tony of this show, and this is Red Ben of this show, Balraj. Yeah, like he's not that annoying like Red Ben, but like and not like he's just a cute guy. He stands for the क्या बोलते हैं जो भी लोग
The
the performance a
contestants.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
great. That's
contestants.
crazy you said that. And then I did shows with two of these guys.
Yeah.
The guy in the middle, he's
So-
very famous, right?
You had
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge. No,
What's
the guy
his
in the
name?
middle, Ravi Gupta.
Yeah, he's
Yes, yes. He is brilliant. I mean,
and this is some singer, na? He's some popular singer as well. He's not a comic. This guy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know those
The
two
third
guys.
one.
The guy with the microphone and the guy with the hands over his face I've met.
Okay, so the right post guy is Samay. He's the Kill Tony.
He's a
so-
23-year-old stand-up comic, 23 or 24 now.
Nice.
He started when he was 18 or around about that. Got discovered on India's version of the next
Last
big
Comic
comedy
Standing.
superstar, Last Comic Standing. And yeah, he won it, and now he's kind of like the pioneer of this new format, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he even did lots of chess streams as well, like which made him really famous. And he also made chess
Yeah.
segments, kind of made chess great again.
अबे यार.
What American
Michael?
comics do you guys like?
Pardon? Which American comics?
Yeah.
May I start? I have a
Yeah,
list
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
So, first is Emo Phillips, if anyone knows him.
Yeah, he's
Se-
Some
second one is, of course, Mitch Hedberg.
Mhm.
Third one is Bill Burr. And yep, now it's up to you guys. Pal.
So I was watching Patrice O'Neill a lot, like in last few days. So I like him a lot, Patrice O'Neill. And then my favorite is Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, his name itself makes me laugh. Yeah.
Dave Attell as well. So these comics mostly. And Shane Gillis is really funny as well these days.
Anything else is great.
Yeah, I was watching Dan Soder's special yesterday, and I found him really funny as well.
Oh, Dan
Dan
Soder is
So-
one of the best.
Yeah.
Dan Soder
Like-
is one of the best.
Yeah, so
Another
many
great
good
comic.
Prashad?
I'll just throw some like just people that I think that in India they should watch that I think are great. David Tell,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Beth Stelling. It's really funny. She has a special on HBO called Girl Daddy. That's great. Nate Bargatze, Beth Stelling.
Okay.
Oh,
Best
Nate Bargatze has produced some amazing SNL sketches. I
his
mean, they were
special-
so great.
Nate Bargatze is like the best comic. Tom Papa is very funny.
Papa,
Yes.
Let's see. Calvin Evans is in Chicago. He's very funny. There's so many great comics, man. So many bad comics too.
I mean, out of all comics, Nate Bargatze's joke writing, I find it most inaccessible, and I don't know how I can write jokes like him. Sometimes you may, I mean, by fluke or something like that, you stumble upon a joke that has been written by someone uh, who has done much better than you, but I don't think even by accident I can write jokes like Nate Bargatze. It's mad good.
Yeah.
And even Doug Stanhope as well, na? Wo, like the way he Doug Stanhope, like it's a
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
Like he anything he says is funny in that. Like he recently, I think he released a special as well, like a few days ago. If anyone watched it,
Yeah,
He
I
did?
watched it.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really
काफी अच्छा
good.
है. And shot
Yeah.
really different as well. Like nah, he is on a screen inside a screen. Na? Like it's
Yeah,
there's a
very well done. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It felt like watching Stanhope with Stanhope. Like it was काफी
So
meta in that way.
DJ, you mostly do jokes, right? I've seen like you have short jokes, or you have like you do stories as well, right?
I kind of have a mix of both. I have a couple stories that I've been telling that are longer. I have some chunks, and then I have a lot of like though I just sent you one. If you go to like in that clip, if you go to like 7 minutes and 31 seconds, there's some short jokes in there. Kind of
There's one more thing DJ Ribs does that I find amazing. I'm not sure how much of it is scripted, but it's he plays a version of GeoGuessr, I think so, and he has to identify the location from whatever photo he has got, and almost every conclusion. Imagine him as Sherlock Holmes, but every line is a punchline, and it is just awesome. I'm not sure how what is happening. Please tell me about it.
Yeah,
I'm
glad
very curious about it. Huh?
Yeah, so I mean, you guys have seen the rainbow videos of the guy. It's like the YouTuber. Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, I could tell this is Jordan because of the grass." So I just started making those with like Chicago neighborhoods, and then based on something just stereotypical, you know.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yeah, like the one neighborhood, and it's all Polish and Mexican people. So I'm like, oh, the dog look Mexican, you know. So just like little things like that make the videos kind of.
Can we watch one of them? Is that?
Yeah, that reminds me. I just sent you a stand-up clip too in the chat. I don't know if you can see that.
Rahul,
Yes.
can you see the private chat?
On Insta, na?
Oh no.
No, either on video.
Okay,
okay.
On StreamYard.
StreamYard.
They're great.
Private chat. Okay, हाँ, मिल गया. Yes.
Just-
So I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
It's Laugh Factory.
Got it.
You can play this joke and then the one after it. You can just keep it playing.
I have 3 questions all named after Chicago streets. Yeah, Jacob Halls 116. Southside Catholic. Go to the Catholic high school. Realize that
Go to like
Okay.
7 minutes 31.
7 minute 31, na?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are the quicker jokes.
people in
Yeah.
Chicago on the train. No, don't do that. This is my one rule. If you move to Chicago, this is my one rule. If you're on the train, don't make eye contact. I broke my own rule. I looked this dude right in his good eye. Right. On the red line, this dude came up to me. He's like, hey man, I'm trying to do some heroin. And I was like, I'm not. And he said, I can't find the vein. And I was like, sir, please. And he said, if you help me find the vein, I'll suck your dick. I said, if you say that to me again, I will knock your fucking teeth out. He said, I don't have teeth. I said, let's find that vein.
Nice.
It's Yeah, okay, fine. I was going to transition into Hindi and say it was good, but yeah, it was good.
So the next joke. This one's better.
I tell you what, man. I stay fucking, you know. I've been having sex with my girlfriend for 5 years. We're trying to switch it up in the bedroom, try to make it more fresh. This is my big idea. We had sex today. I put music on when we were having sex. She hated it. She was so mad. She's like, "Can you take the AirPods out?" Yeah, I know. I had to turn around like, "What, babe?"
All right, that's it.
Yeah, is it just me or audio in the last few part was low?
Oh, I said. So the
Okay.
joke was, I want you to try something new when we have sex.
Yes.
What I did, I just put music on. She was so mad.
Yeah.
She was like, "Hey, could you take the AirPods out?"
That part was amazing.
And
But
I
there was a
said,
tag and
yeah, and then I had to turn around and be like, "What, babe?"
It's so
Like
good, so good, so good.
like using your AirPod like a butt plug, is that it?
अबे नहीं यार, he was नहीं.
Kashyap is ruining a joke, I think.
I was
No,
doing I did I have a good joke about getting married to an Indian girl that people really like in Chicago. But I do this joke. I say, my girlfriend wants to have an Indian wedding. And I said, no,
Okay.
because she's Polish. She does want. She is Indian. She wants to have an Indian wedding. I want to have a Catholic wedding. So we just decided that we're going to have a Catholic Indian wedding. Like, it'll be in a Catholic church. You're just going to have to address the elephant in the room.
Damn, yeah. If there were ever, if there are ever Indians in your audience, and if you say we are going to have a Catholic Indian wedding, just say Kerala wedding. I don't know what to
say. What?
Kerala wedding.
What does that mean?
Kerala is a state in India which has a significant number of Catholic population.
Oh, Catholic part of it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, most of our elephants.
Yeah.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. I remember I did the one show in India, and there was like a Sikh guy there. He didn't speak any English, but he was like in the audience, and I kept being like, "Me and you, buddy, me and you," and he's like, "Okay." He didn't know what I was saying, so I kept going like, "Oh, we look alike," and he's like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Sita, Gita."
Oh wow!
He's like, yeah.
He got it. He got it.
Yeah, he liked that part.
Yeah.
But then the other joke I have, the one that I do after that is, I feel bad. I went to India and I learned so much about the culture and the food, and I don't really have a culture that I could fall back on other than like Chicago drinking culture. So I went over to India and I brought a bottle of Malort. It's this really nasty liquor. And I poured shots for all of my girlfriend's cousins in India. And I was like, "Hey, be careful. This will mess up your stomach." And then they handed me a glass of water from the sink, and they're like, "This will fucking kill us." And then whenever I do, I've done. Whenever I do shows and there's a lot of Indian people, I'll be like, "Oh, you know what they call me in India? Ben showed," and then they're like, "What?"
I wanted to ask you, how much of Hindi do you follow?
Not much. My girlfriend's family speaks Gujarat, so.
Oh, dude.
So I don't know. The only thing I know in that is Buglagiche.
Buglagiche.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
Actually, there was one time this old Indian guy in the audience. He was like 75. His kids like brought him or something, and he wasn't having a good time. But then I kept saying, what did I say? I was like, "Oh, Temarinam Suche," and And he was like, "What is your name?" But he just translated it. He goes, "What is your name?" Good. And I was like, "No, what's your fucking name?" And I yelled at this kid because he was like a wealthy Indian guy. And you could tell no one talks to him like that. He was just like, "What the fuck?" And his kids were like, "Thank you." He needed to be yelled at.
This would be so lovely. Ari, Raj. Wait a second.
So I was thinking of showing Kashyap's one of Kashyap's jokes as well.
Play
I think
wait.
how insensitive is
Okay,
that
okay.
joke, na?
So
Ye
so
wala
DJ,
right?
DJ I'm getting into a lot of trouble on Reddit for this last joke. It got negative upvotes. Maybe we can play
Which one?
the 9/11 joke. Do you see? Actually, play the
And
Holocaust joke.
had he
How
been famous, he would have been cancelled.
Play this one. This joke always divides the room. I travel. I am an atheist. It's true. In fact, I travel and I do stand up. Those are the two things I love doing the most. I was in Berlin recently, and it was a beautiful stand up crowd. And before I stepped on stage, I asked a comedian if it was okay to do Holocaust jokes. Yeah, and he was like, "That would be inappropriate." So I was like, "Oh, Schwitz." How insensitive is that joke on a scale of 1 to 6 million? Okay, whatever. It was a low hanging joke. I actually did this in Berlin, and I've been to Auschwitz, so it all came from there. So it's very authentic joke, but people get very upset because they're like, "Oh, you can't talk about the Holocaust, or you can't joke about it." You know?
Yeah,
But
I
the
don't know.
Auschwitz is like so cute as well. Like it.
That's so funny. I thought that was a
At
really
times,
good joke.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Like I was
this
watching this.
reminded me of the thing. When you are talking about Malana, right? Malana is has some relationship with Aryan race, right?
Yeah.
And just by I don't know, call it destiny or something. Malana and whole Himachal Pradesh is extremely hospitable for Israeli Jews, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right climate.
So we brings people together, man.
Right.
Yeah. You wanna hear a crazy
And it
fact?
also calms them down. Like if you see these Israelis, like they so many people there, but when they come to India, they are all chill. They don't
Yeah.
have any fights because they're
Actually,
smoking all the time.
hold on. I'm gonna step away from my computer real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since
Kashyap savior crazy story for some time, but फालतू कुछ बोल रहा था भाई.
मैं क्या बोल
बोलना.
रहा था? बोल दिया मैंने जो बोलना था.
अच्छा बोल दिया. Oh shit, मैं भूल गया. मतलब इस सारी बातों में मैं सुन नहीं पाया.
Since we're on the subject of substances, Pal.
Right,
Yes, sir.
I don't think I've told you this, Pal, but you know LSD कहाँ से आता है?
नहीं bro. I
It
thought कोई
comes
chemical frog.
नहीं, it comes from a fungi called ergot.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
And ergot grows only on wheat के जो मतलब गेहूं के जो seeds होते हैं, ठीक है? तो that's a fungi. Okay. Now you take that fungi, you synthesize it, and then it becomes LSD. ठीक है? And ergot का traditional historic use क्या रहा है पता है? अभी तक. That fungus has been used historically for inducing abortions.
Oh.
Woohoo.
How crazy is it that something that used to induce abortions now gives you a psychedelic trip?
No wonder women are for it.
तो मेरा पंचलाइन इधर ये है कि अब मतलब अगर ट्रिप मतलब अबॉर्शन करना ही तो 1-2 ट्रिप तो करने ही पड़ेंगे ना.
प्लस वो बच्चे के लिए भी आई थिंक कितना ट्रिपी होता होगा वो.
वो यमराज को देख रहा है, उसको पता नहीं कि असल में यह ट्रिप है.
वो ऐसा ना वो एलिवेटर में जा रहा हूँ कि हाँ मैं उतर रहा हूँ अभी अर्थ में जा रहा हूँ, फिर वापस एलिवेटर खुला, वापस वहीं पर आ गया, यहाँ पे स्टार्ट किया उसने. हाँ, cool dude. अभी और क्या हमें टॉपिक्स कवर करने रहते हैं वैसे?
भाई लेटेंट तो हम लोग ने सच में डिस्कस नहीं किया, मुझे लगता है लेटेंट और
bro.
किल टोनी का जो कनेक्शन है, वी हैव नॉट रियली डिस्कस दैट, बट ठीक है, आई थिंक
हाँ, आई थिंक डीजे को भी अभी इतना नहीं देखा उसको, यानी मेरे को लगा था यार हम भूल गए थे ये पूरा हिंदी में, ऐसे बिल्कुल नहीं समझ, मेरे को लगा था थोड़ा बहुत इंग्लिश में होगा, ऐसे मैंने इतना देखा नहीं था, बट काफी ज्यादा हिंदी में। शुड प्लान बेटर नेक्स्ट टाइम, है ना? आई थिंक विनायक जो नेक्स्ट गेस्ट है उसको तो हिंदी आती है पूरी अच्छी तरीके से।
या हम सब डब करवा के डालें।
Okay,
No.
DJ is back.
I wanted to show you guys something.
Yes. Oh, nice.
Oh, let's go.
Did you learn some Bollywood steps?
Dude, for a second I thought that was a onesie, and then when you panned it, thank God it's a
Let me
kurta.
show the whole thing.
It's so awesome, man.
Let's go. TJ, I wanted to surprise you with my plain old jeans and formal shirt from the West.
All right. I gotta show you one more thing. I'll be right back.
Kashyap almost looks like someone who's working in call center अभी. Call center, proper call center का बंदा लग रहा है अभी Kashyap.
हाँ भाई, दाढ़ी बना दूंगा तो ठीक लगेगा।
अरे तू बस इतना बोल दे कि गिफ्ट कार्ड दे दो, लग जाएगा तू।
So Rudraksh said no one said Mitch Hedberg, and I think
I did.
Datta said Mitch Hedberg.
Kashyap का तो आया ही नहीं मेरे ख्याल से, I think.
मतलब but yeah.
Okay, so
everyone knows Kashyap loved Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, Mitch Hedberg. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I invited my friend to join. I think he's gonna hop in a second here.
Let's go.
Awesome.
He's been on Kill Tony, so you can ask him some questions.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Oh, dude.
Give me 1 second.
Wow. I think मैं जानता हूँ.
This show is getting better with time.
अभी तो और बेटर होगा, लाइक बाकी एपिसोड्स भी तो पाकिस्तान वाला काफी कूल होगा एक्चुअली.
Yes.
So Brando Harris.
Whoa. Just a second. Okay.
Brando Harris.
For the moment, he's a dark comic.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, DJ, you changed. I was so happy. Anyway, that's cool.
This says pretend I'm Indian.
And you're wearing an orange one. Nice.
Yeah, that's Brando. That's
So
he's a very funny guy. Good comic. Good friend of mine.
Dude, I've seen Brando.
This कौन सा है इसका वीडियो? कश्यप कौन सा Brando Harris मैंने सही टाइप किया तो दिख रहा है?
हाँ, I saw him on Kill Tony.
This
episode
guy?
610. Yeah.
The jokes worked. The jokes worked. You know what I mean? I went up there with my shortest jokes. My name
Kamala Harris running for president now.
The jokes worked.
कैसे देखें?
I don't know if his mic's not working or what.
He did a Whole Foods. He did a Whole
what?
Foods joke. He did a Whole Foods joke on Kill Tony.
Yeah, he did. You remember that?
Yeah, 610. I've seen it.
Really? Yeah, dude, he's great.
Yeah.
Hi, Brando. I understand you can't say anything, but I'm happy you are here.
Let me see. Let me give him a call.
Yeah, he's here in spirit.
Yeah, Brando. We can watch his performance.
Ari Brando Harris. Here we go.
Guys, देख के copyright strike हो सकता है.
Good to be here.
ठीक है, देखते हैं.
Guys, I work in the seafood department at Whole Foods. This lady, she came up all aggressive. She's like, I need a pound of your raw shrimp. I was like, okay, well, it's not that small, and I prefer to use a condom. I read something the other day. Thank you. Appreciate it. Did you guys know that the balloon was invented after the condom? Isn't that crazy? That means some dude was like, hey, if you think these are cool for fucking, check this out.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Still not
So,
your answer.
so what were we doing on Holi before condoms, dude?
Pee on people directly.
Oh man.
In courts.
You know, there was a story about someone who put their cum into these bottle balloons and threw it at people. Which means he was collecting cum for a long time. or he made like 10 of his friends come at the same time and convinced them that this is for the greater good. Whoever this guy is, man, shout out.
Dude, I wonder if that person goes to sperm back and thinks, happy Holi.
Yeah.
I talked to Brando. He says he's going to try and join again, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
That's cool, man.
All right. Some other time, but
we were riffing on his balloon joke, man. Fucking
No, I heard it. Yeah, it was good.
He's so funny, dude.
it's such a great.
I remember he was telling me, he's like, because he was down there in Austin for like 2 days and he just got picked on his first day there, I think.
That's
cool.
Wow.
So, yeah, Brando, we go on the road a lot together, man. He's a really, really funny guy.
Yo, Ribs, have you ever been to, like, have you ever put your name in the Kill Tony hat?
Not for Kill Tony, no, but I've been down to Austin. I headlined the Creek and Cave, I think a year or two ago, 2 summers ago, which was really cool. That's probably the coolest place I've headlined.
Creek and Cave.
That was cool. I met a lot of those guys working at Zany's. I've opened for Hans Kim and Cam Patterson and Casey Rocket.
Wow.
Dude, Casey Rocket.
I love Casey Rocket, dude.
They're all great guys. And then our friend Peyton just went on Kill Tony and he blew up. I mean, he's blowing up on there now. So it's kind of crazy. Peyton Ruddy.
Okay.
He was on a recent a couple months ago.
We'll need to watch him. Guys, tell me one thing. Yeah. Continue, Pal.
So I was asking,
लैग हो रहा है.
Okay.
Yeah, Doug Stanhope.
I was asking, so are there a lot? What did you say?
I was saying someone Doug Stanhope's new special is out of this. It's very cool.
Yeah. He commented like it's an old comment now.
Yeah.
We were talking about Doug Stanhope's special a bit earlier. So I was asking, like, are there lots of like new comics who were trying only for Kill Tony now? Like, how has it changed the comedy scene
in Chicago? I don't think it's changed anything. But I have friends in Austin, and they've said that people have moved down there and just to get on Kill Tony. And
right. I was thinking that must be happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's an insane thing to do, and I think it pays off for some people. I wouldn't do that. I like comfort, but pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And insurance.
Yeah, insurance. I don't want to sleep in a car. But, well, you guys, I really appreciate you having me on the stream. I'm gonna go eat some lunch.
Yeah,
let's go.
It's okay.
I love you guys. You're the best. When I come to India, we can all hang out and smoke some.
Thanks, DJ, for coming.
Yeah.
Let me know when you guys want me back on.
Done. We'd love to have you back.
Let's do it. All right, I'll see you guys soon, all right?
See you, DJ.
See you, man.
Okay, bye.
It was great having you here.
Wow, we all
I know.
had our first Tony guest, और उसके बाद it didn't happen. चलो, we were close enough.
But pretty cool, dude. Pretty cool.
Oh, dude. Dude, मैं इस सारे चीज के लिए एक ही जोक लिख के लाया था और पूरा एपिसोड नहीं किया.
कौन सा जोक? मैंने भी काफी कुछ नहीं किया.
तो it was this observation कि Kill Tony बहुत genius show है, dude. I think he collected all the things one hates about stand-up comedy and made it monetize. For example, स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी में यू हैव टू राइट जोक्स, गेट ऑन स्टेज एंड टॉक टू पीपल. यहाँ पे he doesn't have to write jokes. He doesn't have to even stand up, and वो crowd work भी करता है तो comedian के साथ. So it's amazing. It's like a comedy show that hates being stand up comedian.
हाँ भाई, वैसे भी स्टैंड अप वीडियोस पे व्यूज कहाँ आ रहे हैं?
Yeah.
क्या पीछे बज रहा है? किसने
आपके-
चला साथ में? मेरे को सुन
क्या
रहा है।
चीज? क्या चीज?
कौन स्ट्रीम साथ में किसने चला रखी तुम दोनों में से?
ऐसा है?
कश्यप चला रहा है.
हाँ।
नहीं, मेरा कोई यूट्यूब का कुछ नहीं होना भाई.
मेरे को पता नहीं, सुन रहा है फिर वो. चलो ठीक है, फिर यहाँ पे एंड करते हैं ये वाला स्ट्रीम, क्योंकि अभी और भी काफी
Yeah,
स्ट्रीम्स आई हैं. ठीक है गाइस, आप लोग क्या बोलते हैं, ऐसे ही ट्यून इन करते रहना.
हाँ,
एंड
मुझे
विल
भी
बी
सुन रहा है
बैक
यार,
सेम टाइम.
sorry.
हाँ, सेम टाइम नेक्स्ट वीक हम लोग होंगे. हमारे पास नेक्स्ट गेस्ट है विनायक पाल, तो अभी हम डाल देंगे, सारे स्ट्रीम लाइव कर देंगे, पूरे एक महीने का शेड्यूल रेडी है. चलो ठीक है, ओके, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट. चलो बाय बाय.
Take care, guys.
प्लीज फॉलो पाल की खाल.
हाँ, एंड प्लीज फॉलो कश्यप, डीजे, दत्ता प्रसाद,
जोकी
सबका
कैश.
मैंने हाँ
डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल के रखा है.
वगैरह डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल के रखा ही है. तो हाँ,
हाँ.
ओके बाय.
ठीक है, गुड नाइट.
लगे रहो, क्या बढ़िया आदमी है.